Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector or just curious about the fascinating world of numismatics, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the Philippines 25-cent coin from 1986, its history, design, and most importantly, its current circulated value. Stick around as we explore all the details you need to know about this iconic coin. The Philippines 25-cent coin from 1986 is part of a series of coins issued by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the country's central bank. This series was introduced as part of the transition from the old coins to the more modern designs that we see today. The 25-cent coin, commonly referred to as the bent cinco, was produced with a focus on practicality and representing Philippine culture in its design. At the time of its release in 1986, the Philippines had recently undergone a significant political transformation, and the design of this coin reflected the hope for a new era. It was issued in portrait. You'll find the inscription, Republica ng Pilipinas, which means, Republic of the Philippines, in Filipino. Moving to the reverse side of the coin, you'll notice the denomination, 25 centavos, prominently displayed. The coin also features an image of a carabao, a water buffalo, which is an important animal in Filipino culture, often used for farming and other agricultural tasks. The inclusion of the carabao emphasizes the country's agricultural roots and its significance to the Filipino way of life. Below the image of the carabao, you'll also see the year, 1986, marking the coin's production. In terms of its material, the 1986 25-cent coin is made from a copper-nickel composition, giving it a durable and shiny appearance. Its weight is approximately 7.9 grams, and the diameter is 26 millimeters, making it slightly smaller than a US quarter but with a solid, weighty feel in the hand. Now, let's get into the most important part of today's video, the current. Exactly 25 centavos in the Philippines, that's a quarter of a peso. However, in the world of coin collecting, its numismatic value can vary based on factors like condition, rarity, and demand. Generally, if the coin is in circulated condition, meaning it has been used in everyday transactions and shows signs of wear, it would be valued between 5 to 10 pesos. The price can fluctuate depending on where you're buying or selling, but this is a typical range for a coin that was widely used in circulation. For collectors looking for coins in uncirculated condition, you may find it priced higher, often around 15 to 30 pesos or even more, depending on the market and demand. If you happen to find one in perfect, unblemished condition, it could fetch a bit more, but as of now, it's not considered a rare piece. For collectors, it's always important to keep an eye out for rare varieties or any coins with unique characteristics. Sometimes, certain minting errors or anomalies can increase the value. Or just starting your journey, this coin is an important part of Philippine numismatic history. It reflects the country's rich culture and the spirit of its people during a pivotal time in its history. The 1986 Philippines 25-cent coin is a significant piece in the history of the country's currency. It was part of the series introduced by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, BSP, which was the central bank established in 1993, though the coin was minted in the 1980s under the Central Bank of the Philippines. The series was introduced during a time of political and economic change in the country, following the People Power Revolution in 1986, which led to the ousting of Ferdinand Marcos and the restoration of democracy under President Corazon Aquino. The Philippines in the mid-1980s was transitioning from an authoritarian regime to a democratic government. The issuance of the 25-cent coin in 1986 was part of a broader modernization effort that included updating the country's coinage and currency designs. In 1985, the central bank issued new coin designs with a focus on historical figures, national symbols, and agricultural importance to reflect the country's heritage. The Jose Rizal portrait, featured on the 1986 25-cent coin, was symbolic of the era's desire to commemorate national heroes and values associated with freedom and independence. The 1986 series included the 25-cent coin alongside other denominations such as the 1, 5, 10, and 50 centavos. This coin was minted primarily for circulation purposes, meaning it was designed for everyday use by the public. During its time, coins like the 25-cent were common in transactions, whether for small purchases or everyday exchanges, making them important in the economic life of the country. The obverse side of the coin featured the portrait of José Rizal, a highly revered figure in Filipino history. He was a nationalist, writer, and revolutionary who inspired the Philippine Revolution against Spanish rule. The agricultural backbone of the nation. The carabao continues to be a beloved symbol of Filipino rural life and a nod to the nation's agricultural roots. The 1986 25-cent coin is not just a monetary piece but a reflection of the country's history, culture, and values during a significant period of change. It was used in everyday life and served as a connection to the history of the Philippines, all while symbolizing the strength of the people during a time of recovery and rebuilding. The coin's design is also part of a broader effort to modernize Philippine currency during the 1980s, ensuring it remained relevant to the public as the country transitioned into a new era following the end of the Marcos dictatorship. In sum, the 1986 25-cent coin stands as an important artifact in the Philippines' numismatic history, commemorating national pride, historical figures, and the agricultural heritage that still plays a crucial role in the country's culture today. If you enjoyed this deep dive,